Played a very good Colgate team today. Obviously, they're good. I think I said it last Monday that I thought that this team could be a valuable team in this league. I think they're very talented. Heads off to Coach Hunt and his staff, and I'll be fun. I'll get a chance to watch these guys. I like this football team. I'm gonna get an opportunity to watch them throughout the playoffs. I think they got a chance to make some noise. Questions?
Coach Withers, congratulations on the season.
Mm-hmm.
You said often and early on how much you liked this JMU team a lot.
Yeah, I do.
Talk to me about the senior group and about the team in general for this year.
Well, you got 11 seniors, and it's amazing. We don't have many of those guys that start. A handful of them start, maybe about half of them start. But it's one of the best senior classes that I've been around because they all bought in. They all care about the football team. They all speak of the culture when they talk. They all do things right on and off the field. Not say on the field. They're not great players, all of them, but they try to do their best. And that's all you can ask of a senior class. You have to have a leadership group on your team to have a successful team. It's like any business, any organization. If you don't have that, you're not going to have a very good organization. So hats off to this group. And I said in the locker room, no disrespect to 2014, no disrespect. But this group here is it'll go down as one of my special groups of seniors.
Coach, you mentioned in our pregame show a little bit about Jake Melville, that he might be one of the best quarterbacks.
Yep.
Was it his execution today, and did he prove he was one of the best quarterbacks you faced this year?
Yeah, I thought he was very talented. Again, like I said, I've seen him. I saw all his games this year, and I got a chance to watch him. And he's talented. He's smart. He runs their offense. They don't run many plays, but they run them really, really well. And he can run. Obviously he can run.
What made it most difficult to defense him today?
They do some things different in the blocking schemes that you don't see, and it's a little bit like playing the triple option. Today was more like playing the triple option than anybody we've played all year long, and they do some things interior, and I could go through it, but you guys wouldn't understand it. But there's some things inside that you have to be on, and to be honest with you, other than 2 or 3 plays, we played it pretty good inside today. There's a lot of mistakes today, I guess, but I haven't watched the tape yet.
Do you feel like your team left it all out there and gave it all they could, or do you feel like there was some turning points?
What do you want me to say? They didn't. they didn't play hard today. No, I thought they played real hard today.
What did you think was your downfall today? What was the difference in this game?
They made more plays than we did.
To come out and fall behind by 17, what did you attribute that to? Were they more up for this game, or why the slow start today maybe?
I think they made more plays than we did.
The 4th down call to Ravenel, did you have a good chance of making that? What did you see on that play to Ravenel?
Their cornerback made a great play on the ball. That's what I saw.
Coach Brandon Ravenel was just speaking on Brian Shore, saying he did everything he was asked of and more this season. He was very proud of him. Just if you want to speak on his play.
On who?
Brian Shore.
Yeah, I thought he played well. I thought he did some good stuff. Be put in that situation, I thought he did a good job.
Can you talk a little about Brandon Ravenel's kick returns? Obviously, gave you guys a big lift today.
Yeah, there were some things they kicked it short. They kicked it, sky kicks. They did a lot of things. He did a nice job fielding the ball and making plays when he got the ball. Obviously we had 2 of them that didn't go well, and you can't turn the ball over twice in a kicking game and win. So we did. You don't win.
Overall, I know it's tough now, but still pretty happy with what you guys accomplished this season.
It always hurts when you don't win unless you're holding up a trophy. But this group accomplished a lot, and I think this team's headed in the right direction.
How does this loss compare to the Liberty loss last year when you went in the playoffs with that momentum? How does this one kind of compare to that?
We went in the playoffs this year with momentum, so maybe the same.
What did you see on Melville's 67-yard run when you had just tied the game and then he broke that long one? What did you see on that play?
I haven't watched the film, so I hadn't seen a whole lot.
What were those the breakdowns on those fumbles? Were those guys just some mental lapses on your kickoff and punt returns. Do you know what happened on those plays?
They dropped them.
The momentum on in your passing game seemed like it was kind of off today. Did you get a sense of that, why your offense maybe wasn't clicking today?
No, I didn't get that. Like I said, I haven't watched the tape, so until I can watch the tape, I can't give you a whole lot of technical answers.
Coach, you spoke on how this team is headed in the right direction. Could you maybe elaborate a little bit on that? What aspects of this team that you like as you move forward?
There's a whole bunch of young guys out there on that field running around today. They're only going to get better. They're only going to get better.
Do you expect to maybe make some defensive changes after this game, coaching staff-wise, and the way you guys played, kind of looking back at this season, struggles on defense?
Yeah, I'm not going to answer that question right here 15 minutes, 20 minutes after the game.
Do you expect to be back with JMU next year?
Sure, I got a contract through, what, Jeff, 2006, 5-year contract. Unless he's going to fire me. He might.
Look, and you could see, I was actually talking to Jake after the game. So in the off tackle, you know, when they're doing sort of a read option, I know you don't have a lot of trap blocking, it doesn't allow for that, but I was just wondering, as you got out there, you saw a little bit, I know a couple times Jake kind of carried the ball to the perimeter,
Sure,
sort
yeah.
of like an option. And then also one time he almost ran like a midline
Sure.
in behind Holland. And I was just wondering, as an in-game adjustment, when you see that type of thing, I mean, how quickly are you able to react to it? Obviously, it's a very short window when you say, hey,
Yeah.
they're giving us an option. Look here, we've seen between the tackles. What do you do during the course of a game or in the game and say, other than sit them down at halftime and say, hey,
Yeah.
kind of tighten up on the inside?
Yeah. Matt, that's a good question. We turned the page. We expected it. We did some things to try to squeeze down blocks and take away the quarterback run, and then they started handing the ball off a little wider, so he was able to keep the ball a little bit later in the game.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Anybody's ever played the triple option, man? It's
It's
when you
hard
run-
if you know it's coming. It's hard.
It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
And they've got a quarterback that does it really well, and they can read a tackle, they can read an end, they can read an outside linebacker.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. in
And
the
they
press
have a number of
conference.
different ways to read it, and it's really hard. I watch New Hampshire. New Hampshire's one of the best teams in this league. I think anybody would agree, and they had no answers for it.
So whether you use a 3 or 4-man front in that situation, who is it hardest on? Is it the linebackers?
It's hardest
or
on
is
the front seven.
on the front
period.
period to be able to make that read, no matter whether you're lined up gap or you're lined head up or outside? Is that right?
They can choose who they want to read by how you line. It's a pretty good scheme. It's one that they'll have success with it. And it's probably why they do it. They're physically probably not better than a lot of teams, but they do what they do on offense really well and defense really well. I thought they did a good job. Well coached football team.
Coach, it would be wrong to close the book on 2015 without mentioning Bradley one more time. Could you talk about his contributions, even after injury, how he was helpful, especially on the sidelines as like another coach throughout all those practices?
He's a great young man. He's got a lot of maturity about him. Anybody that comes in here like he did had to change a major, pick up some classes and start over, and then do what he's done in the community, do what he's done academically, and to do what he's done football-wise, heads off. I think he ought to run for president of the university, to be honest with you.